I welcome you all for the lecture series in continuation with basic civil and mechanical engineering. This particular lecture series will be discussing about lathe and its types. So in the previous lectures on basic civil and mechanical engineering, we have discussed about the foundry. So now in continuation with foundry, let's discuss about the lathe. So before getting into the topic, let's understand why we need lathes and what is a lathe. Actually, a lathe is a machine which is used for removing materials. So in the foundry, what you will do is you will create some new material. So that material may be based on some object. For example, you are making a dumbbell. Let's say a dumbbell used for weightlifting. You have made it using casting. So the component which you obtain from casting will not be perfectly uh, to the required shape, or its surface may not be perfectly smooth. So for a dumbbell to be used properly, it should have a grip to hold it, and also the all the edges should be perfectly round. So let me explain it to you. So imagine a dumbbell, it should be, I'll just draw a cross section. So it should be perfectly round, as well as its corner should be perfectly round also. And also what you need is you need something to hold on to. For example, here there should be some kind of uh, what to say, some grip here so that you can hold it. So something like this. So something like this should be there so that you are able to hold it properly. So to grip it properly, and also the surface should be smooth. So in order to get that smooth surface, what you have to do is you have to do some secondary process. So by nature itself, it may not be perfectly applicable for parts obtained from casting to be used directly. You need to do some secondary process there. So that is where this uh, machining process come into play. So what you do in machining is that you will actually remove the material. So if you see the cross section of a dumbbell, so a dumbbell will be circular in cross section. It is a cylinder, but if you cut it, it's circular in cross section. So whenever a workpiece is circular cross section, we can use lathe to machine it. So there are different machines used for removing material based on the cross section of the workpiece which you are using. If you are machining a cylindrical workpiece, then you can use lathe very well. If you are machining a flat object, then lathe may not be suitable. For example, if you are machining a rectangle, then lathe will not be suitable to machine it. Why is that? We'll see in the next slides. But for those cases, you may need to go for building or other secondary operations. Just keep in mind. So, what our components can be machined using a lathe is cylindrical components. Now, let's get into the parts of the lathe. So, there are different components in a lathe. Uh, so, if you see here, this part, this section, this entire section is actually called as the headstock. If you see closely, see this section is actually called as the headstock. If you see it clearly, there are so many knobs here. So there is a knob here, there is a knob here. So many control things are here. So what these things do is they control the speed of the lathe. And also inside these parts, there will be a motor. Motor is used for rotating it. So that is where this come into play. And also there, if you see closely, there is a part here. This is where the workpiece will be fixed. So this entire part, you can call it as a headstock. And then there are other parts. So if you see this part, so this section actually, it is actually a, or wait, I will highlight it. So this section actually is nothing but it is called as a tool post. So it is where the tool will be held. So the next part you can see is actually a tailstock. So this section, this part is actually a tailstock. So, right. So this entire section is called as a headstock. This section is called as a tool post. and this is called as a tailstock. So these are the three main components of a lathe. So each hold different operations. So what they do and what are the different components available in a lathe, we'll discuss in the next subsequent lectures. But keep in mind that a lathe is a machine used for removing material from cylindrical components. Thank you, students. We will see you in the next lecture.